Welcome to Straight Out of Savannah, Talking with Tammi, a podcast that showcases people you may not know who are choosing to use their gifts to inspire and move the planet.
Thank you so much for joining us on Straight Out of Savannah. I am super excited that my guest, Michelle Blood, is here. She is going to share a little bit about who she is and what it is that she does and how she can help you. Michelle, take it away.
Thank you, Tammi. Hello, everyone. I am here today to uplift you, to get you to realize that nothing is impossible for you, because I found that nothing was impossible for me. I was a rock singer in Australia. I toured at one stage for 7 years nonstop, had hit records and all that sort of stuff. And on my way home from a gig, a 12-hour drive in a truck, what happened was the truck driver had fallen asleep, because Australia's huge. It's huge, but there's not many people there. So you have to drive a long way in between cities.
Okay.
And he fell asleep, 12-hour drive. And as the passenger, all the musical equipment went into me when he hit the telephone pole. Whoa! So I won't go into all the gory details. I don't want someone to lose their breakfast, lunch, or dinner.
Right.
But it was pretty horrific, Tammi, and I was in the hospital for months and months and months. Longest operation was 17 and a half hours.
Oh my God.
First 2 weeks, I didn't think I was going to survive. But anyway, the amazing thing about my story is that was the best thing that ever happened to me. So if any of you are out there going through anything at all, understand everything happens for a reason. Sometimes we're not on the correct trajectory for our divine purpose, and we attract an accident, or someone leaves us and we think, oh, that's the worst thing that's never happened to us, when it ends up being the best thing that ever happened to you.
Yes.
So that's how my true spiritual journey and what I do now truly began, in that moment, in that horrific truck accident.
Yes. So did you feel, even at that time, did you have like a sense of your own mortality? Did your life flash before you? Any of that stuff that people say?
No, it didn't. I was just in such horrific pain, and I couldn't feel anything. And the ambulance guys were laughing with me, because they were like, we have to cut off your boots. And I had these really high Puss in Boot leather boots. I don't know why I had them on in the truck, but anyway, I did. But he said, we'll have to cut them. I went, oh no, they're my favorite boots. Do you have to?
Can you just zip them off?
And he said, you don't feel any pain right now? And I said, no, I'm good. I was just in such shock. I didn't realize that I was actually had that much damage to my body, had no clue. So anyway, it wasn't until, yeah. So anyway, it's just fascinating how the body goes through what it goes through. But what happened to me, what changed my life, was I was living the life of a rock singer, traveling at one stage 7 years nonstop, working with In Excess, The Pretenders, I mean, Georgia Satellites, you name it. We toured with so many big bands and Midnight Oil and everyone. And we also toured on our own. We had our own audience and videos and everything. So I was living my dream. It had taken me a long time to get there, but I was living my dream. I'd worked very, very hard. I was very self-disciplined. I was the manager, the lead singer, the songwriter of the band. I got us Time Warner record labels, you name it, I did it. So I wasn't looking for anything outside of myself, Tammi, because I was living the dream. We had record companies in Europe interested in signing us at that stage. Everything was just on a real beautiful momentum, or so we thought.
Right.
What happened? For me, I had miraculous healing, Tammi, like divine, miraculous healing through me discovering affirmations. I'd never heard of motivational speakers and stuff like that. Wasn't in my periphery, because I didn't need motivation. I was motivated, let me tell you.
You were good.
I was good to go, right? Every moment, every day. And there was something about it. When Napoleon Hill, from the book Think and Grow Rich, in his book, they put on audiobooks for me to get me to be uplifted because I was in such a depressed state. I wouldn't tell anyone. But if I had the ability to kill myself, I would have. I actually would have, because I was in such horrific pain. And if I couldn't be on the stage doing my backflips and jumping on speakers and all the crazy shit I did as an entertainer, you know, it's like, what am I going to do if I can't do all that? So, so obviously,
who are you, right?
Yeah, who am I? I'm Michelle Blood. Anyway, Napoleon Hill healed his little infant son. His little baby boy was born 100% deaf. Napoleon Hill, who wrote the book Think and Grow Rich, went into his little infant, gives me God bumps just talking about it, went into his little infant son's room every night. You can hear perfectly. You have grown up to be a strong, handsome, beautiful man. You love people. They love you. You've become wealthy. You're lovely. You know, just all these beautiful affirmations. Yeah. And you know, when you just know something, something within me just said, that is going to work for me. I'm going to do an affirmation. But it didn't work for me. It did not work for me, Tammi. You know why it didn't work?
Why is that?
Because I was saying, I am healed. I know I am. I love myself. I am my friend. And that's a good affirmation because you're saying I am. And I'm saying I am healed. I wasn't healed. So that's a good lie. That's what an affirmation is, basically a lie. You're saying something you want as if you've already got it. But now they know. Neuroscience has proven in studies that affirmations won't work if your doubting mind spits it out. Short-term memory, spits it out. Now, how was I going to believe that affirmation when doctors were coming in and telling me, you know, if you do make it through the next operation, they have to tell you the truth. If you do, blah, 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 blah. Would you like a priest? You know, all this stuff.
You need to pray.
And so I was like, okay, this doesn't work. It's not working for me. Obviously, I don't believe it. And then about 2 weeks later, I had a true epiphany. I'm a singer-songwriter, Tammi. Can you get a song out of your head, even if you want to, that's played a lot? You can't, because a song goes, advertising agencies spend billions of dollars every year. Billions on jingles, because jingles go straight into the subconscious mind. Your doubting mind doesn't have a chance to say it. Before you know it, you're going, Toyota. Yes. What am I singing the Toyota song for? Why am I thinking about pizzas all of a sudden? The pizza song came up. And kids, little kids learn their ABCs through music.
Yes, because that's how we teach them.
Yeah. So I just put my little cassette player on. I got them to get me a blank cassette, because I used to always sing all my songwriting ideas onto a cassette. So again, so the short-term memory didn't lose a great song idea. So I just went, I am healed, I know I am. I love myself, I am my friend. I kept singing it over and over and over again. I like that. So I asked my brother, Stephen, to go out and find some affirmation pop music. And he came back about a week later and said, there isn't any. There's no such thing. We didn't have the internet back then. He couldn't just Google it.
Right.
And they didn't have any. So what happened was I ended up having miraculous healing, went to record so many more affirmation songs, not to put to the public, because I thought that would be uncool, but just for me and my band, because I knew it was going straight into our subconscious mind, and that our state of consciousness was changing. Our frequency was changing. I was getting into the studies of mysticism and meditation, and I just loved it all, the positive thought wave. It was just, and this is the 80s, right? The late 80s. Anyway, so promoters ended up finding out about my healing because of the fact that I was being interviewed on TV about my healing, because I was a pop singer. Marie Claire, you name it. I was in all these magazines. And so they said, we want you to tour with Bob Proctor, Deepak Chopra, Wayne Dyer. And I went, who are they?
They weren't in your world.
They weren't in my world, no. But anyway, I couldn't believe it. The first gig, they said, well, you get $5,000 a gig you can sell your CDs at the back. I said, what CDs? Well, it's the affirmation music. We want you to sing your affirmation song, get everyone involved in between these blokes, you know, who was best-selling authors from the States. And I went, why? And I said, you want to pay me that much? You want my band with me? And they said, no, just backing music. And I was like, this is ridiculous. I'm lucky to make that in 3 months, because the amount of money we made all went to the road crew, the agents, I mean, the hiring of the trucks. I mean, we made $250 each a week. That's all I gave my band to live on, because accommodation was given. We were given beautiful cockroach palaces to stay in.
I love it.
I mean, we used to bring paint with us so that we could paint over the cockroaches on the walls. Until we got more well known, the places that hired us just gave us shit accommodation, just disgusting. So the first thing we did every time we went into an accommodation, an old house or something, we would just paint it. I couldn't believe it. The first time I got to stay in just a Motel 6 environment, I thought I was in a 5-star resort.
Oh my gosh. You know what that puts me in the mind of? Back in the old days here, the Chitlin Circuit, they just would run around and they would stay anywhere, like in people's houses and all kinds of stuff like that. That's what that reminds me of. Just glad to be on the road, right?
Yeah, really. I mean, it was worth it. It was when I think back, it's like, I cannot believe I couldn't even speak during the day because I had to sing sometimes for 6 hours a night. I could never speak during the day because I had to keep my mouth shut. So I even had my agents that were in Brisbane, or the Gold Coast, I should say, they knew when I called, because I had this system where I would, like, so many times, and I'd want to speak to Graham, my agent, and he would say, what's up? And we'd have a yes or a no code, because they all knew I couldn't speak during the day. And we were the only band that never blew out a gig, because the reason bands blow out gigs all the time, Axl Rose blew gigs out all the time because he didn't look after his voice, is because they don't look after their voice. They're drinking, they're smoking, they're not exercising, and they're talking too much during the day. So we never blew out a gig. So I'm proud of that.
That's awesome. That is awesome.
But anyway, so what I do now, I've worked in over 26 countries. I've toured with Bob Proctor, Deepak Chopra. Everyone wanted to work with me after that. And I started teaching more about mysticism. My biggest audience was 50,000 people in Kuala Lumpur, which was unbelievable.
Ooh, awesome.
I'd done gigs to 4,000 to 6,000 people a lot, but not that many people. It's just like a roar of all these people. And I had hit records in different countries. I started writing books about mysticism, started studying meditation, and I realized that everything that I had learned, how to handle, if you can handle 6,000 drunken Australians when you're singing, show us your tits. Oh, thank you. The operation was a success.
It worked out well.
If you can handle that, you can handle anything thrown at you, any energy.
Yes.
So I realized that was why I had all that experience on stage and being able to handle and put on events and put on concerts and everything, to be able to put on seminar events and make them sort of like a rock concert almost. And I've done that now in over 26 countries. So I teach this. I've got students all over the world, teach meditation, mysticism, but I always like to start with the affirmation music, because of the fact somebody can be here and they can get there very, very quickly, because the affirmation goes into their subconscious mind 300 times faster than any other method to change your thinking, bring up your frequency immediately, and immediately have a definite experience. And then we go deeper and deeper into sending that transmission of light, praying, intention, visualization, just every tool that there is. I like to teach, because I know some people, they don't want to go too deeply into mysticism, not yet. They just want to be happier, a little wealthier, or healed, their body healed. So
yes,
I like, no matter what is going on in the world, Tammi, my job is to release suffering in the world and make people laugh. That's it.
I love that. I love that. And that is so needful, especially now.
Oh, it is always needed, and it will always be required on this planet, because everyone thinks that this world is so spiritually evolved, and they confuse it because of the fact that they think technology makes us more highly conscious, evolved people, souls. But that is not the case, because you can have no education whatsoever and become enlightened. You know, look at Sri Ramakrishna, look at Jesus Christ. I mean, it's like there's so many things that people don't understand about awakening, about enlightenment, about prayer, about God, about themselves, because there is always these wars that continue to go on, and that is insanity. The judgments, it just blows me away. In Australia, we don't have as much as that going on, so I didn't really notice until I came to America. It really opened my eyes to how many people were homeless, and the racism, and I was like, this sucks.
It is horrible.
I couldn't believe it was so unevolved, because America is America. But I still decided that this was, I still decided.
I've heard that so many times.
Yeah.
People are like, you guys do that in the States? I'm like, yes.
Yeah, I remember I had a friend from Kuala Lumpur, because I lived in Asia for quite a few years. I ran Bob Proctor seminars and everything from Asia. Had a really great band there.
Wait, you didn't share that?
What? Oh, yeah.
You ran Bob Proctor seminars?
Yeah, from Kuala Lumpur, because Bob and I had started working together. When I toured Australia with him, he said, you have got to work with me all over the world. I've never seen such energy at our events. I want to write the affirmation songs with you. So we've written about about 30 programs together over the years before he left the body. So his wife actually came up with the name Musivation, but I went back to calling it the magic of affirmation power, because that's what it is. It's affirmation power on adrenaline, because there's music with it.
So let's talk a little bit about that, because that I know is so helpful for people. I actually dove into affirmations, and one of the things that I started doing for my clients was doing when I do a reading for them, record their affirmations so that they can listen to it on loop. Put a little music to it and record it.
Definitely. That's it. Even if you're speaking your affirmations, if you add music to it, you have a whole brain experience, because the left side of the brain is activated and the right side of the brain with the music or melody is activated, and it goes straight into your subconscious mind. So when I also do visualization programs or whatever, I always put music underneath it as well, because it works better.
Well, it shifts. Because music is like a natural vibration shifter. If you want to shift, you just put some music on. I've been listening to Michael Jackson's Earth Song for the last few weeks.
Oh, I love that song.
Oh, I just found it a few months ago.
I love Michael Jackson so much. He was just such an innocent and so beautiful. And Deepak, because we were touring Australia, would tell me all about it, because he was like a friend of Michael's, and I was like, that's all I wanted to talk about with Deepak was just Michael Jackson.
Because he was so awesome, and he was, oh God, they just tried to vilify him, and I loved him, and he was, and I found out human design, he was a reflector, so that makes that he definitely was a unicorn.
He was totally a unicorn. Yes,
he was amazing.
I well put. You just gave me God bumps again. That's so well put. I love that when that happens. Waves of ecstasy and God bumps. Yes.
It's like, oh my God, wow. I can imagine Deepak probably has some amazing stories about him.
Oh, he really did, because back then, this is the late 80s. He was talking about the 3D machine that Michael had. So, Jackson Brown or whoever he wanted, or, Einstein would come and speak. And he said it's in this big round silver table. And
wow,
just, that was back then. And he said he just had all the latest technology always that there was. So, but I mean, a brilliant songwriter. I mean, just him and Prince were my favorites because
oh, that's the other one.
Yeah, I met Prince once. Anyway, I went to I was always determined. If I wanted to meet someone or do something, I would do it, and I did.
See, and that's serving you well, even with this.
I went to Paisley Park. It was amazing.
Oh, nice. I can imagine. I've not been there.
You've been there?
No.
Oh, no. It's just state of the art everything. There's a huge movie studio. There's state of the art. As a recording person, and I know how to produce records. I have produced other people's records too. The state of the art studios. I was just like, oh God, I just want to live in here. No wonder he recorded having that sort of instrumentation and
yes,
and the huge 48 track. Oh, it was just magical.
I can imagine.
That was just orgasmic to me. And I wore a purple suit.
So you were ready.
I was ready. Minneapolis, here I come.
That is awesome. That is awesome. I love your whole story. I mean, just from the miraculous healing, because I love that. And I've seen them, and I hope to be a part of many more. But I think that is so powerful. And just the fact that you were able to heal your body, because when you were talking, it put me in the mind of Dr. Joe Dispenza. Have you heard his story? He basically did the same thing. He used the power of his mind to heal his body. Oh,
many people have. I mean, everyone can do it. We've all got the power within us, yes, that divine power within us to do it. But I've got something really, 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 really super exciting to share with you, Tammi.
Yes.
Can I share it now?
Yes, you can share it. Yes.
Hey, I'm going to yell it from the rooftops. Okay. Affirmation music works so fast. Now, technology today is just changing the universe. It is changing everything. And there's sometimes the technology is just terrible and people get swept way down rabbit holes watching YouTube for hours. But it is also something positive. We have created an app called Magnet to Money app that has the world-renowned, which has been listened to over 4 million times, Magnet to Money song that I wrote. That has been done in many, many different languages. So you can get a notification every hour. I'm a magnet to money. And every hour you are reinforced with that prosperity consciousness. Before you know it, you start attracting all of this wonderful stuff into your life. Plus over 60 spoken affirmations with music, all on success and divine healing. And it's amazing. It's just been launched. Our team was working on it for 1.5 years. And
wow.
So, yeah, it's only 99 cents. Other people charge, gosh only knows. But there's also something I've got for.
Now, is it on Apple or both?
Yeah. It's only for iPhones for now. It'll be just a few months away before it's for what's that other phone called? Android.
Yeah. I was going to say Galaxy.
I am an Android. Right. No, it's only for iPhone at the moment. Android.
That's what I think about when I say that.
Danger, Will Robinson.
Yes.
I am an Android.
Yes. I think we're telling our generation.
Yeah, I know. Well, you're younger than me for sure, but that doesn't matter. Yeah, but it's still the generation. But
probably not much.
But Tammi, no, you got a baby face. What you talking about?
Girl,
anyway,
I got a grandbaby.
Well, I don't, because apparently you have to have children to have grandbabies.
It's one of those things, I don't know. People that don't have kids have grand dogs.
I've got cats.
Yeah, see. They're like children.
Yeah, well, of course they are. Absolutely. I call them my children.
I was going to say just not as needy, I don't think.
Oh, no. They, especially the little boy, no, he is so needy because they're Siamese cats, and Siamese cats are like puppies. I mean, he will fetch. But whereas I throw something down to get her to fetch, she just says, "Excuse me, I'm the queen."
Like, what do you want me to do?
You go and get it.
Right.
Anyway, I've got something free that is amazing for your beautiful, beautiful
Awesome.
viewers, Tammi, because they will love you for this, because they love you anyway, because you're awesome. But my latest book, The Magic of Affirmation Power,
Ooh.
and also some best-selling products that I did with Bob Proctor, the goal setting, magnetic creative visualization, the practice of meditation, some of the
Nice.
best-selling songs that I wrote with Bob Proctor, all this for free, because I know whoever you are out there watching this or listening to this, you can do anything. This is a gift to assist you to go to the next level of whatever it is that you want to achieve or manifest into your experience, because nothing, no thing is impossible for you. All you have to do is go to Michelle Blood, MICHELEBLOOD. It's not a stage name. Blame my daddy. It's an Irish name, Michelle Blood.
I was actually going to ask you about that. So that worked.
No, it's an Irish name because the Bloods, doctors were called Bloods. It's like people get a name Butcher Baker because of what they used to do. And a Blood was someone who was a doctor. They didn't have a name for doctor in Ireland at the time. But anyway, that's another story.
That's okay.
michelleblood.com/Savannah to receive all of those free products. But what I would like you to do, for those of you who think this is woo-woo, I want you to know this has been scientifically studied now. John Hopkins, Berkeley. And on my website, michelleblood.com, you'll see the spiritual studies, the scientific studies. And so just have a read of that, about the music with affirmations and all the studies that we've done, because I want people to have faith. And if you don't have faith that this is going to work, at least you might have faith in science.
Yes.
But science and spirituality are both things you can't see. So I don't know.
Exactly. Right?
Yeah.
I mean, you can't see physics and molecules and things like that. I mean, come on.
No, but you can feel it. Oh, you can feel it.
And you can feel all the energy surrounding all of that.
Oh, yes, you can feel it. Waves of ecstasy. That's God. That's the light. That's the frequency. That's the vibration. And that is the truth for everyone. Everyone can feel that humming in their heart, that joy, 24/7. It doesn't take much to shift. Sometimes people get frustrated. To me, it's like if they feel like they've got one fine little hair away from their success, and they're trying and they're doing it and they're doing their affirmations, and you'd find that with your clients, and then it just takes one little shift and then they're into the creative plane of life.
Yes.
It's like what I say in America, they've got, you've got to have two people in the fast lane. So where two or more are gathered, you are in the fast lane of life.
Yes.
So I call that lane
I love that.
Two or more are gathered lane.
Yes, absolutely. It's like, okay, here we go. I'm so excited about this. I cannot wait for, the people to get their stuff, because this is powerful. And just the fact that, because the thing is you hear all kinds of people and people talk about all of these beautiful concepts that we're sharing here today. But a lot of times, they haven't really been through anything. And the fact that you've been through and that you use these same tools to help yourself is powerful.
And that's a really important point, because I've met so many people from all over the world, Tammi, and,
right.
And they want to be speakers, they want to be authors, and they're plagiarizing everybody instead of having their own experience. You don't want to go to a piano player who can't play piano.
Yes.
It's important to go to people that have gone through the experience. They haven't decided, oh, that looks like that would be a really cool sort of thing to be in. I want to be a speaker. I'll make a lot of money. You've got to do it because you love people and you can't not do it. It's like all those years of being a rock singer and all the hardship I had to go through. There was no way in any moment that I was going to quit. I was singing professionally since the age of 5 on TV. I was always going to be a singer, and I still am. So, it's like, it's just sort of changed what it's doing. It's now something that is for the world.
And you got such a beautiful voice.
Well, thank you. Well, it's not really warmed up today, but that was nice of you to say so. But I was just about to say to the people, like, even if you don't like my voice or my songs, but you will, they're awesome. you can't get them out of your head. That's where you want the magnet to money song to go, the persistence song, the success song, I am healed song, I am a miracle song.
Yes.
You want all of those affirmations to change your frequency, and they do.
Yes.
Yay.
Yes. That is the thing. It's like you already know that they're going to change.
Yes.
I actually have been, and it's been really weird that we're talking about this, but that's one of the things that I've been doing with some of my clients that I do readings in a metaphysical store. And so nice. Some of my clients, you know, I had started doing them and I hadn't actually done people in real life. I did people on Zoom. so when I went in the store, I was like, oh my God, did I really do this? so it's wild because the people that have come, it's like at the end of it, it's like, okay, I go, you know, do you mind if I share some affirmations for you? You know, because I'll ask them, do you meditate? Do you do affirmations? Do you do any of these things? And they're like, no, I don't know. I said, well, listen, I said, based on what we just did, I said, these are some affirmations you can do. And I give them the affirmations, you know, and I find that is like amazing because I actually have people come back or call me and say, those things were so good. You know what I mean? And I'm like, okay, all right.
Yeah, it's like, it's just absolutely mind blowing how simple it is. I always say keep it simple and spiritual.
Oh, I like that.
And you'll always be on the right track.
Yes, that is so awesome. So with that, I want Michelle to share the best way to connect with her and whatever else she wants to share as we close out.
Well, I think just go to michelleblood.com/Savannah. And also, you know, do yourself a favor. If you've got an iPhone and you've got 99 cents, change your life. Be a magnet to money app.com. And it's truly something I'm very thrilled about because I know how much it's going to change people's lives. And it's, you know, and our app team are just awesome. Go app team. You can go, yay.
Yay. And the name of the app?
Magnet to Money.
Magnet to Money. Okay. Because I'm going to get it.
Oh, yes, you are. You will love it. You'll love all the affirmations. They just keep going continuously. And there's a few seconds left for people to repeat them after me or just listen to them as they're going to sleep really softly or whatever they want. It's just fantabulous.
I can imagine. So did you write the music for it or?
Yeah. All the content is mine. Yeah.
Nice. I love that. I love that.
Beautiful Holly. I call her Holly Go Lightly. Holly Fuller, John and Dara and Trevor Rogers. That's our app team. And we are awesome. And we just love what we do.
See, and that's the point.
Yeah.
Because out here in this world is so crazy. So many people are not loving what they do. And, you know, and you can tell it when you go places. It's like, yeah, it's just a job, you know.
You've got to be working their hours. You've got to work with people as well that you all love each other and you've just got that frequency of something special between you, that synergy.
Love it. All righty. This has been fabulous. I have enjoyed this so much. My guest, Michelle Blood, she's amazing, awesome. I love her.
I love you too, Tammy girl.
So she knows. Tammy. And listen to her beautiful voice, y'all. So beautiful.
You have a beautiful day. Every one of Tammy's beautiful straight out of Savannah.
Yes.
West Coast people.
Yes. I'm telling you, it's like, okay.
Irony.
It is, right? And people always do that too. They're like, so are you in Savannah? I'm like, no, I haven't been in Savannah in 25 years. I love Savannah because.
But you've got the accent, and I love the accent. Yeah, I've been here for 23 years. I've still got this Aussie accent. G'day, mate. How's it going?
Right. And I knew that. That's why I was like, where's she at? Because I actually have had a lot of Aussie girls on my show. So
that's great.
I picked it up. Yeah.
Oh.
Yes. And different parts too. Because I noticed the accents are different there too, in
I think
different parts.
there's only two accents in Australia.
Really?
There's my accent and there's the Ocker accent. And the Ocker accent is like Paul Hogan. It's like
Yes.
like the crocodile guy, Steve.
Yes. Yes.
That's, you know, mate, we're going to be looking at this croc over here, and it's going to be like, you little beauty. He's a nice little bloke, this croc is, and
Yes.
bloody good bloke, this croc, and he's not going to kill me. No, that's not the way I'm going to go. That's right, isn't that? Yep.
Yeah. See, those are the ones that is hard. It was hard. A little more difficult.
Well, because there were so many Cockneys that were they'd steal a loaf of bread because they were starving in England, and then they were sent to paradise. So England.
Yeah, that's yeah.
So that's the Cockney accent from, you know, all the convicts that were sent. They weren't really convicts; they were sent over there to farm, but they just steal a loaf of bread and they were put on a ship for 2 years to get to Australia, and that's where that accent came from. It sounds very Cockney, Londony, you know.
Okay, that's what I said. I was like, okay. So because I interviewed a girl from New Zealand, I think last week. So that was also
that's very similar to Australian accent. Some New Zealanders, they've almost got like a Canadian thing going on. That's like a boat.
Yes,
and
yes.
they don't say six, they say sex.
Yes. Yes, I've heard that. I was like, oh wow, I think it's interesting just to listen to, people from all over the planet. It's just so nice.
I love everyone in every country I've ever been to. I found, and I've been to a lot of countries, I found the one thing that is true is everyone wants to be loved. They want to love in return. They want to feel they're on purpose.
Yes.
They want to make their loved ones happy. I mean, everyone is the same. It doesn't matter what the culture, what the religion. Everyone has that power of the divine within them to love and to be loved and to become anything they want to become. And all you have to do is raise your vibration, raise that frequency. And I'm telling you, my friends, this affirmation music and what we're doing in the app will raise your vibration so far. So I thank you so much, Tammi, for having me on. I want you to send Trevor, my assistant, one address, lots of addresses, one address so that I can personally ship you a lot of my products for you to read and listen to.
Awesome.
Because I just think you're lovely and I want to stay in touch.
Thank you. I appreciate you. But yes, I have one more question I want to ask before we go.
Sure.
What is your favorite, all the countries you've been to, what's the favorite one?
Bhutan.
Where's that at?
Bhutan is the country of enlightenment, and it is sort of, there's China, there's Bhutan, there's Tibet, then down there's India. And it's where they used to call like the land of paradise. And it wasn't until the 90s, I believe, that they even allowed anyone to come from the outside. And even though Tibet got thrown over by China, Bhutan didn't, because it's the land of the happiness and enlightenment. And the king, all the kings and some of the wives of the kings are actual enlightened beings. It's where I was just in heaven in every moment, and I'm going to take some of my friends there again sometime, because it is if you love spirituality and meditation and you want to go to somewhere that for thousands of years have been teaching this, it's the land of happiness. Everything that they do is about happiness. I got to meet the Queen. Her husband went off into the Himalayas to just meditate for the rest of his life after he became enlightened, and her son had just become king. So that was amazing to meet her and to go to the tiger's nest. And I mean, if you just even look at pictures of Bhutan, it's like something out of The Lost Horizon was about Bhutan. That movie.
Oh, nice. Yeah.
I mean, but good question.
Yeah, I love that. I love that. That's awesome. All right. We are going to close out today. This has been so much fun. I have enjoyed it so much. I almost forgot we were recording.
I hope we were recording.
Oh, yes. This show is gone on. All right, so I will definitely put all of her information in the show notes, and you can click on the link and get her wonderful goodies. And I appreciate you so much, Michelle, for taking the time
Tammy
and
girl.
coming
Thank
on
you.
the show.
God bless
And
you.
we're going to close it out. And I thank you for joining. Thank you for watching us or listening to us with whatever platform you're listening or watching. And if you are changing the planet and you want to come on Straight Out of Savannah and talk about it, send me a message. So thank you so much for joining. Bye now.
I know you've been blown away with the amazing value here today. Now go out and inspire the planet. And be sure to send us a message when you're ready to come talk about it on Straight Outta Savannah, Talking with Tammi.